Together we roam, together we plant trees so that they grow. Together we sing, together we hold, together we flow. Together we work on things that we know. Together we go. On va rejoindre ensemble pour danser. On va.
Hey guys, welcome to the Hardcore Strong podcast. This is episode 7. I am Ernest.
And I am your other host, Cassandra. And we are here with two very awesome, special people, Laura and Hugo, who own the business company Together We Roam. So we're just going to jump right in. This is going to be a business edition part 2 / couples edition in honor of Valentine's Day that's around the corner. So we'll just start out with you guys telling us a little bit about who you are and what you guys do.
I think, first of all, thank you guys for having us.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for joining us. I mean, the roads are crazy out there today.
Yeah, so not only that, we literally, both of us had to make the treacherous drive in Colorado snow. I think we have, 6 inches or so.
Yeah,
we do.
And it's still
Thank
falling.
you guys for coming.
Yeah, so it's,
thanks for having us.
And you guys live far, too, so thank you guys for making the trip. It's a pleasure. So.
You live far.
You guys live in Westminster?
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, yeah, fuck that, see?
No.
That's far.
I told Cassandra, I was like, we should just let them know. Maybe we should reschedule because I was like, I wouldn't want to drive out there. I was like, so thank you guys. That's awesome. This fucking sucks. So, yeah, just kind of tell us a little bit about what you guys do for Together We Roam and what you guys are passionate about. Don't. We're going to get Laura to talk first.
Yeah, we're gonna work with Laura talking
I
today.
don't want to talk today. Well, my name is Laura, and then
Hugo.
and we own Together We Roam. It's an elopement and intimate wedding photography business. We just pretty much do adventurous and outdoor weddings.
And it's fun.
It is fun. And
It looks super fun.
Right. You guys, how long have you guys been in business now?
It's been a little bit over a year now.
Or right at the year, right? No, yeah, a little over a year.
Yeah, it's a little bit over a year now.
Wow, that was fast.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm like,
I
that's
know.
crazy. It didn't even seem like it's been a year yet.
I know we got a
Jesus.
notification on Facebook, and it's like, oh, a year ago. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's been a year.
That's nuts.
I know, we see the pictures that, come up when it's, our first few pictures and stuff.
Right.
And I'm just like, damn, that's crazy.
It goes by fast, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And can you guys see, when you look back, because I know when we look back on old pictures or posts or anything, the improvement, especially, with your guys' business in general, photography, the growth that you guys have had when you see old pictures, are you, super critical of yourselves and, dang, we did so much better now than then?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Super critical. We're just
Oh, man.
it's we didn't know.
Anything.
Yeah. Nothing that we were
We
doing.
didn't even, I was like, did we really do that?
That's awesome.
But it doesn't look bad. I've never seen you guys post a picture where I'm like, that's not a good picture. They all look super awesome, and the backgrounds are
Appreciate
almost fake looking.
Yeah.
I hope
So-
that's the look we're going for.
Yeah, exactly.
That
It's
looks really,
unreal.
really good. Yeah, because we're always constantly learning new things daily, and it's that's so cool that you can look back and kind of notice that you guys are always continuing to grow. So that's awesome. So
Yeah, there's always little things where I'm like, I can't believe we couldn't do that then, or how do we not know how to do that? And now it's so easy. And, But then I was super hard or super stressful, or we thought we couldn't, and then now
YouTube.
we're
YouTube is
now
the
we're
best
oh, it
friend,
was easy.
so.
For real.
It's like a school. We're students of the school of YouTube.
Right. No,
right,
for sure.
For sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
It's opened up the doors for everybody to kind of just start from scratch and just learn. So it's really, really dope. That's what we use it daily. Trust me. That and Google.
Yeah, for sure.
Same. I
Yeah.
was just doing that today on the couch.
Yeah.
I was like, what should I look up today?
Especially
I'll do it
with
for hours.
photography and videography, I see so many cool things on YouTube. I mean, it's not necessarily obviously our forte, but I'm like, God, people could do such amazing things with photography and videography and the editing and just everything.
Do you guys have TikTok?
insane.
Yes,
So
we do.
I follow a couple of people on TikTok that do some dope shit with photos.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
sick.
I got TikTok, and I'm like, what do you even do with this thing?
I know, we really don't even know how to
But I
use it.
stay
or
on
what
there
to
for
do with
hours,
it.
It's
watching
funny.
all the videos.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't stop.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
fun.
he loves it. I'm always like, we should make one, and then we never do.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
We've made one,
it's
and
tough.
then-
yeah, and
I don't know.
it took us 10 hours to edit it.
No, it didn't. I was like, wait, no, yeah, I don't know. He loves it more than, I don't look at it as much as he does, but
Right.
he loves TikTok for
It's
sure.
pretty dope. There's some funny shit. It just reminds me of Vine. Did you guys ever have Vine back in the day?
We didn't have Vine, but it does.
Yeah.
It does.
Oh fuck.
It's
I'm
like
a loser.
Vine.
See, that's why like he loves Vine. So that's why when TikTok came out, I'm like, it's just Vine. So you're gonna love it because you love all the YouTubers that were Vine stars. He loves still.
Right.
And
R.I.P. Vine.
I know.
Well, she didn't let me download TikTok. She was like, "You're just gonna be on that thing for like hours." Cause like I'll watch videos and then I'll watch the next video and the
Just
next
like-
video
that's how
and the
he
next
is
one.
too. Yeah.
I'm
Like
like-
even on Facebook, he's like, that.
Well, he wakes up in the morning and it's like video, next video, next video. I'm like, dude, I'm trying to sleep. Like,
She's being dramatic.
oh my god, that sounds so.
and it's so loud.
Yeah, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's not just me. I get so mad at him. I'm like, put on your fucking headphones. Like, what the
Yeah.
hell? You have headphones. He's like, it's not even loud. I'm like,
It's, like,
yeah, it
freaking
is.
really loud. Yeah, that's what I say. I'm like, why are you watching these? And I'm like, what are you even watching? It's like some guy
so
getting
like-
arrested. Like,
That sounds so like me. Like there's like fighting. I'm like, Jesus,
Yeah.
what are you watching? It's like some lady freaking out at the store.
I'm
And
not
like,
allowed to watch videos. She gets pissed at anything I watch. She's like,
Oh,
why do
hey.
you watch that stuff?
and I
I'm-
hate.
I'm
yeah,
there with you.
I hate like the fighting videos. 'Cause I'm like, you're just promoting it and like helping give them views.
pretty much.
It's
I, like,
entertaining.
hate that.
That's for sure.
That's
It's
so funny.
entertaining.
So I'm always like, what are you doing? Like,
We're on the same page here.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Another question we definitely want to ask you guys, got off a little sidetrack there, is when did you guys know that photography is something that you guys wanted to do? Did you guys have any photography experience prior to knowing each other?
Not really. Like, like in my case, like after graduating high school, like I kind of thought about going into photography. Like I wanted to go to school to do photography, but never really took pictures or anything
Right.
like that before that. But I was like, oh, well, that's a way to be creative and I don't know, have fun.
yeah, I didn't know shit about photography.
No.
Yeah.
No, I never even thought about it. I actually was like everybody else, like, oh, that's kind of like a hobby. Like, you can't really make a career out of that.
Right.
I was just kind of like, oh, well, cool if you know, cool if you don't.
Right.
Like, but then we just started like going, well, I would hike before like we met, and then we started hiking together, and we were like, well, it would be nice to document this
That's sick.
with a nice camera. So we went and got the camera. It took us like a few months before we decided to just go
Yeah.
buy it. And
Nice.
then
We were like,
went and bought
should
it.
we get this?
Yeah, we were like, we have our iPhones. Like, I think it'll be okay, you know, like with the iPhones.
What was the
But-
first camera you guys bought?
It was Nikon 3400, which is like a super basic beginner DSLR camera.
Yeah. It's like the cheapest one
Nice.
that we can find.
Do you guys
that
still
wasn't
have it?
expensive. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
and we still use it like
Dope,
every
yeah.
now and then. So,
That's
Oh,
awesome.
cool.
and you kind of wouldn't be able to tell like which one we took with our like basic camera to like the camera that we use now.
Yeah, for sure. I think there's a lot of misconception with that. And then that's why we went and bought expensive cameras, and now we're like, oh, we can get the same.
I like it's
Quality.
not that different.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
What-
it's
Wow,
a little
that's
bit
sick.
different for sure, but
All right.
you can definitely achieve like some nice photos with a cheap camera.
I think
Yeah.
it's more probably just about the actual like
The
picture
person-
itself. Yeah, like what the background is and
Right.
like the angle and all that kind
Yeah.
of stuff,
Mhm.
right?
It's the person
Like
behind
what you're
the camera.
yeah, what
not
you're
the camera.
capturing.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's definitely the person behind the camera.
That's tight.
The meaning of the picture versus like just a really nice camera.
hmm
Oh yeah.
What camera do you guys have now then? Like what's the nice one or your nicest one? That
Right
you-
now we have a Nikon D750, so that's just a full frame camera. It has a better range of like even low light capability, and which is why we bought it in the first place.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever guys thought about getting into videography, or is it just not something that really interests you guys?
Yeah, that's in the works.
Really?
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Yay.
That's something that that's a goal of ours is to learn how to, I don't know, incorporate videography with our business
That's sick.
That'd be awesome.
and offer that to like our clients too.
Right.
It's kind of scary.
That's so cool.
Oh, yeah.
though.
No, I
that's
think it's really,
awesome,
really
yeah.
cool. I think for the business aspect for you guys, not only would you be able to offer photography, but videography as well. I think that'd be dope.
Right.
Yeah, especially since there's like 2 of us every time. Like,
That's true.
Yeah, that's tight. Because when we were in New York, doing that little intro that we did, I don't know shit about cameras. I don't know how to do any of that stuff. I went to Jeremy, shout out Jeremy, and kind of just spent a Saturday with him, kind of go over and like just how to hold the camera a certain way and
Yeah.
how to like edit it on what was it? We used Adobe Premiere
Adobe
Pro.
Premiere, mhm.
So pretty much just going over that stuff. So I have a huge interest in it. Just for even like the little videos that we want to do with the business. So I mean,
Yeah, he loves videos.
I think it's hype. I've grown to love it more.
Yeah, props on
so.
that video too,
Thanks,
because it was hard.
Yeah.
Thank
it
you,
was
thank
nice.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to do for sure, especially because it was just a totally different environment. I mean, just being there was like super scary, and it was hard because it wasn't our studio that we're used. It wasn't the studio that we're used to. It just was, we were rushing, and it was like so much stuff happened like usual in owning a business that you don't anticipate. That was a total like, holy shit, like it's gonna like mess everything up. Like we were running late because we were at the wrong location. They gave us the wrong location of the podcast studio, and then the guy that owned the studio was like, "Oh, I thought you guys knew. Like we just moved 2 weeks ago." And I'm like,
have you guys ever been to New York?
No.
So we were in the Bronx, and the studio was in Manhattan.
So like travel time,
totally
pretty
different
much.
place.
Yeah, travel time pretty much anywhere out there is like 30-40 minutes to get anywhere.
Yeah,
so
traffic
we
is
were in the
ridiculous.
opposite side of town. So, and I was like, we were eating, because we showed up there early, and then we're like walking around. We're like, let's get breakfast before we go, you know. So we eat this little diner place, and I was like, you know what, we just better double check to make sure, because when we pulled up, we didn't see it. So we were like, well, it has to be in that spot.
Like,
but there was
what
like,
does
it was at the
entrance look
corner.
like, yeah.
Right, yeah, it was like a corner, and there was like a mechanic shop, and we're like, is it through those doors? Like, because we didn't
like
go
a door
inside to
there.
look.
Yeah.
We were just like, all right, fuck it, it's there, you know. So we just we walked around the neighborhood, then we went to go eat, and I said we better double check when we were eating, and it was the wrong address.
Yeah, like I text him, and I was like, what does the entrance look like to the building? He like sends me pretty much Times Square, and I'm like, we are not
place.
there at all. We are here. And he's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And then Lilo went to the same address we
Yeah,
did.
he was waiting for us.
Yeah, so he was there. So of course we were panicking because we're like, oh my god, like,
And we
we've
don't
never
have a
met.
car.
Yeah,
We
we've
don't have a
never
car,
met
so-
him. Like I felt so bad. Like what if he doesn't want to go to another spot or doesn't have time? You know, like it was just. But it worked out. Thank God.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, it was like panic mode for sure.
Yeah, because it was just a different environment. You know, nothing was under our control. Like, you know, obviously everything here is at least we have control over it. It wasn't so like, you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
it was
it was
just
insane.
It was just like but he was really cool about
Yeah.
it. So.
I feel like that's something that you need though, like as a business owner, is to be like dynamic, like be able to like do something on the fly, like
Yeah,
'cause
you have to for sure.
things never go the way that you want them to go, and you got to
Yeah.
be on it.
For sure. And last time I think we seen, what was it shoot? Was it the empowerment shoot we did downtown? We talked about that a little bit. It's just that you never know with businesses. Like you said, the cameras like
chaos.
start fucking up with you guys, and like you just never know. So it's like, I feel like you're right. You always got to be on your toes because you never know. So
Well, like the first wedding that we like ever did, like my camera like just out of nowhere just like just starts like not focusing.
Oh man.
And I'm just like what the
And
hell
it's
are we
like
gonna do?
Literally 5 minutes before the ceremony, I'm just like, you know what, like go sit over there and act like it works. Like I'll get it done by myself, you know, like, you know, just
I
go
was
over there and
pissed.
like
Just
I'm
hold
gonna
it.
just, you know, I'll hold it down like throughout the whole ceremony, and you can just like
Just act like you're taking
I was
pictures.
like just like manually, because manually focusing is like, have you guys tried manually focusing like the camera? It's hard, like
yeah,
for you to do it like
You-
quickly, especially
Right.
like during
You
a
could do
ceremony.
it, but you'll miss stuff.
right.
Yeah,
Mhm.
if you don't practice. If you were like, maybe like back then when we didn't have autofocus, but like now we use autofocus all the time. So
Right.
Yeah.
it's like,
Oh,
Wow.
not having it is a big deal. Maybe we should learn to not use autofocus.
Nice. Yeah. I guess if you ever get in a pickle, you just
Yeah. And it's like, luckily, like as soon as that like ceremony started, it started working.
Yeah, it
and
just
was
started
like,
working.
Wow,
That's
that's
good.
crazy.
Yeah, that's how I feel like that always happens. And like, so for starting your guys' business, because I know it's something we've always talked about, like what obstacles did you guys face? I know there's always like a ton, but like what were like the most, I guess, influential on your progress and growth in your business?
What do you think?
They could even be just like outside of the business. Like,
I don't. No, I feel like.
I think maybe like finding your identity was like a big thing.
Yeah, I feel like that was one thing. Like, we didn't even know what we were doing. We kind of just started taking pictures, and we were like, well, let's just tell people we're taking pictures. And it was like, but what type of pictures are you taking?
Right.
And we just started, like, doing wedding photography, and it was like, oh, this is really cool. Like, we really enjoyed doing that. So we're like, we're going to call ourselves wedding photographers. But then, like, obviously you noticed down the road that we rebranded to not just
Right.
regular weddings. We did.
Yeah, we used to be Bertata Photography, and then now we're Together We Roam.
Right.
Which I love.
Which I think,
Yeah.
suits you guys
Yeah, way more.
100% more. 100%
for
more.
sure.
So.
I'm like, I know Bertata is her last name, but
Yeah, and then it
For
like
sure, I feel
gives
like-
you an option to kind of expand. Like we always say with our name, we didn't want to just keep it where it's like something gym, something fitness, because then at
Yeah.
least we're allowed to like do other things where
Yeah.
it doesn't
Yeah.
seem like it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not so one-dimensional. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? If you guys are just wedding photographers, and
Yeah.
it only leaves you so much room. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then
Doesn't-
Together We Roam is like catchy. I think
Right.
Like, people
I do
are like,
too.
"What is that?" Like, I want
Yeah.
to know about that. And people love the outdoors and hiking and adventures. So I think it makes perfect sense.
Yeah. You want something that rolls off
Yeah.
the tongue good. I think that shit sounds so sick. So.
yeah, it was like we spent a few months looking for a name.
And that's tough. That's really, really tough. I think when we talked about that before is that when you guys rebranded, that's not easy for most people. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
no.
No,
To
it
think
wasn't.
about the audience that you want to target and you know what I mean? It's for us right now. It's still hard too, is to find, just people that you can relate to.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think with your brand, it's you did an awesome job. So good job, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Defining the logo, finding something that is meaningful too. You know what I mean? So it's very tough. A lot of people don't, can spend like 6 months just on thinking of a name and thinking of a
Yeah.
logo. So it's really, really tough. You did an
Yeah.
awesome job.
Yeah,
guys.
it was like for real scary because like we were already growing as like Bertata Photography. We were getting like a lot of website views and like traffic and everything, and then it's like, do we want to just stop this right here,
Yeah.
right now,
Right.
when we're already like kind of like snowballing into something, or
Right.
because it was gonna like
Right.
in the long run kind of like hold us back.
For
in
sure.
our-
And
in
it
our
was
opinion.
it was really scary, like, because obviously we want to quit our jobs and do this full time.
Right.
Yeah.
For
So
sure.
it's like if I rebrand now, I know I'm gonna have like 0 bookings probably this year, which like that's exactly what happened because I rebranded, and we're not taking like regular weddings anymore. So
Wow.
it's
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah. At least we have like our other jobs, obviously, but it was kind of scary
For
doing
sure.
that, and it was a lot of work. And it was like, do we really want to do that? Like,
Yeah.
we could have been booked out this year. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, see that right there is a huge obstacle.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just going through that rebranding phase and dealing with all that, it's pretty scary. So
Yeah, for sure. Like you said, you were able to like rebrand, but it affected your business. How did you go about doing that? Like when like family or friends would approach you and like they didn't have a wedding that was like what you guys did anymore. Like how did that go? Or how does that go?
Well, thankfully we don't have like a lot of like close people asking us
Oh,
for
okay.
like their wedding. We've had a few people, and we just either are honest or we just tell them the date is like taken.
Right.
Just because we're like, we don't know. We don't want to be like discriminatory against anybody. Like, we just have different values. Like, that's why we changed our business name in the first place. So.
Right. Yeah.
alrighty, guys. So to the next question that I had for you guys is, what is the process from start to finish for somebody that comes to you guys for a wedding or just photography in general?
It's a process.
It's not bad. It's super easy. So usually we obviously get an inquiry, and we always ask. I need to scratch that. You're gonna have to scratch that.
That's fine.
And is that through your website though? The inquiries, are they
Yeah.
directly just through the website or Facebook or both? Or
So we prefer it to be through our website, obviously, but we get it through Instagram and Facebook and
Same.
stuff.
But we're also hustling too, though. Like,
On the side, right?
well, like we're also like looking for people that are like looking for
Yeah, for
our
sure.
business.
Because right now we're not getting like the amount of website views or like
Right.
people actually getting to our site because it's a brand new site. Like, I'm sure you guys noticed that when you first got your site. Like,
right.
Every day.
Yeah. We look at it every day.
Yeah, it still happens.
But usually it's just an inquiry. We hop on a phone call, and then we just kind of talk about their day, and then
What they envision.
Yeah, pretty much what they envision, and see if we're a good fit first of all, because you don't want to work with somebody that you don't like.
Right.
And then after that, we just send over a contract. We
Not
go
from like our perspective. We're saying like
Yeah.
From Laura's perspective. I'm just kidding.
My perspective.
She's like, that's something I don't
And
like.
She's like, I
I
don't
don't
get
like
it.
that. No,
That's funny.
no, like, obviously, like, if you're having your wedding, you want to feel comfortable of
Right.
me
No,
taking
for
your
sure. Right,
photos,
right.
not have like a weirdo running behind you with a camera. Like, that's weird.
Mhm.
You know? I feel
yeah,
like
like someone could take like amazing photos, but then like be like super creepy,
Right.
like at your wedding, like spending 8 hours with you, 10 hours
Right.
with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like for the most part it's been okay though.
Nice.
I feel like everybody kind of gets along with us and we get along with everybody, so it's been
Yeah.
pretty easy after the phone call, you know.
Right.
And then after that they just book us
Dope. That's pretty cool.
and then we start working with them.
And then is it usually then obviously they already know the location that they want,
No.
or are they like kind of reaching out to you guys like,
Like-
where should we, like, do you guys have ideas?
So
on-
some people know the location. Some
Okay.
people are like, you know what, this is where I want to like
Mhm.
elope, or this is where I want to have my outdoor wedding, and that's that. But then some people are like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Like, help me. These are the things that I want. So after they book with us, we send them like this long questionnaire, and it kind of like gives us an idea of what they're looking for.
Yeah, we like try to find it through questions. Like, we'll have them answer the questions, and then we'll piece together like, oh, this would be perfect for them.
Right.
Or,
Yeah, and then we send them. That was actually what I was doing today. We send them like a long like resource guide. It tells them like tips. It tells them like the locations that we chose out for them, and like what the rental fees are or whatever, if there's any.
Oh, dope. That's cool.
So it's
Oh,
like
that's
super
really cool.
detailed. It takes a long time, like a few days for me to type it all
Yikes.
out.
That's really cool. Because
Um,
it cuts out some of the work for them, too, instead of them
Yeah.
going, like,
Yeah.
oh, is it the rental fees here? So they don't have to do that.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
So
That's
it's like kind of part of the service, which, I mean, if you're getting married outdoors, like most places are gonna have like a little like commercial activity type of fee,
Mhm.
especially here in Colorado. Like everywhere that we shoot, we have to pay.
permitting.
Wow.
Wow,
Like
that's
everywhere in
crazy.
the
I didn't know
mountains.
that.
Yeah,
I
nobody
didn't
knows
either.
that,
Wow.
and we didn't know either until somebody was like, "You need to pay." I was like, "What?"
Did you, like, show up to a shoot one time and, like, you guys pay for this? Or something like that?
That happened to
Yeah.
us once. Yeah,
Yeah.
that happened to us once.
Did they
but
kick you guys out?
No, they let us.
Oh,
they
that's
let us
cool.
shoot. It was actually for a wedding. We actually didn't know that we needed to pay for that location
Mhm.
specifically.
Wow.
But we did know that some places do require permits before
Yeah.
that.
Oh, wow.
And we should have researched, but
Especially when
We
like
kinda
some
did it.
places will kind of like trace back and like see who took
they're
pictures
crazy.
where, and
Oh, wow.
they'll
that's
fine you
crazy.
like thousands of dollars if you didn't
Oh, my
go
God.
through like permitting.
Wow.
Wow.
and it's just like a $50 permit, so I'm like, just pay the $50.
Jesus.
That's
Not
insane. That's
everywhere.
crazy.
Some places are more expensive, but for the most part, it's like $50.
Yeah.
Damn, that's nuts. Well, do you guys have any crazy wedding stories that you guys have had, like, anything crazy happen or anything?
I think like at Rocky Mountain National Park where it was like middle of summer, but
It was
Wow.
in June.
yeah, June, but like during their ceremony, like it starts getting like really foggy,
And really cold, and then
cold, windy, raining.
it started actually hailing. Like when they did their first look, it was so beautiful. Like the sun was out, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so
Wow.
nice here."
Oh,
And then
man.
like all of a sudden, it was like raining, and then they
That's
took their pictures
horrible.
like that. It was so much fun.
Yeah,
I think I remember you posting about it, and you
Yeah.
had explained that happened, and
I
it
think
still
for
turned
sure
out
that
good.
was like one of the like funnest things that we've ever like
That's tight.
experienced. I think,
That's cool.
especially like as a business.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
tight. That's really, really cool.
Stuff we weren't expecting.
Yeah, like we were talking about earlier, like you kind of just have to go with the flow and just
Wing
act
it.
like, yeah, exactly, act like it's how it's supposed to be, and usually it works out. Like that's been our
Yeah.
experience. Like we've had tons of times when things don't go as planned, and then it ends up working out either for the better or just
Mhm.
working out in general. So then
Right,
it's like, oh, it
for
wasn't
sure.
too bad.
Like
Like,
just
Yeah.
enough. Yeah.
yeah, I'm like it worked out. That's all that matters at the end of the day.
Always
so.
works out for the best. For
Yeah,
sure.
for sure.
You could also take it as a lesson too, like what you do in this situation, or if it
Mhm.
were to
Yeah.
happen again,
Yeah,
Right.
like,
absolutely.
Like,
you're a
be
little
more
more prepared.
Yeah,
but
for
honestly,
sure.
like that's part of the reason why we also like I thrive. I don't know how Hugo
I
feels
don't know
this,
about
but
me.
I like thrive. I don't know about you, but
She's like, I thrive. I don't know about you.
I don't know about you, but I thrive like
It's confidence in me, right?
not
there.
knowing what's going on.
Right.
So like I'm that type of person that could just walk in somewhere and be like, okay, like
Yeah.
what am I gonna do?
Like the
you know?
spontaneity of it.
Yeah, like I like that, and I feel like, and those are the type of couples that we want to work with in
That's
general.
tight. That's cool.
So that's why we also rebranded, because it's like they did not care that it was raining
That's
and
awesome.
hailing on them.
Yeah.
Like it looked like snow
Yeah.
at first, and it was just like these big
That's
balls of hail.
good.
I was like, this is so much fun.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because
like-
you seem like most brides like you see on TV are like psycho.
Yeah.
So, you know, they'd be like, no, like my
Right.
day's ruined. And like, so
Yeah.
you picture, like, that's how I picture brides.
Yeah.
Well,
for the most
like,
part. No.
crazy.
No, I'm just kidding.
we had something kind of like that happen with us, and when you compare that to like the fun that we had in
Mhm.
that shoot, like that also kind of like made us be like, that's what we want to do.
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
For
I'm like,
sure.
that's
That's
what we
tight.
value. Like,
That's
I
so
feel
sick.
like we value more the experience and the things, and
Mm-hmm.
like the bigger weddings, like they're so much fun. I love going to the big weddings, but I don't like photographing them. I was like,
Too
this
stressful,
is too
probably.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah, these girls are too focused on everything else.
Like being
That's
perfect.
not
Yeah.
important.
Mhm.
I'm like these decorations, like they don't
Right.
matter. They're gonna go to the trash right after.
Right.
Mm.
And when you're getting married outside, like you don't need decorations. You just go and get married, and like that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's what I like when you do the blogs and all that about like the importance of just the day and enjoying
Mhm.
it. I know you did one recently that was just like enjoying, from start to finish, like
Yeah.
not forgetting like what happens. 'Cause I think so many people get married and they're like, God, I don't even remember the ceremony. Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
because they're just so stressed out and then like it's just over. And I like how you value the intimacy, and
Yeah.
I like really appreciate that. I think that's super cool. Maybe I'll have that one day. I'm just kidding.
Honestly, I'm also
I was
waiting
fucking
'cause
expecting it. God damn it.
I swear.
Fuck.
You knew it was gonna come.
I knew
especially
it.
with
I was
Yeah.
just waiting for the
Laura was
moment. Oh
waiting.
my gosh. I've been waiting for Cassandra,
It's all right. We already got our photographers picked out for that.
Oh.
so.
Oh shit. You know what? I know it's me.
That's
It's
what
like-
she told me already.
It's like that. That's been like since day one, huh? Like
Fuck.
she's just been like.
I know
That's
every
it.
time you post little things, she'll be
Right.
like, yeah, Ernest,
Fuck. I'm
These
broke as
blogs-
fuck, okay? I'm fucking trying.
entrepreneur, they don't have money.
Entrepreneur life.
Yeah,
That's
for
what
sure.
happens. I'm like,
Fuck.
every time I write a blog post, it's directed to Ernest.
Thanks.
Got it.
Thank I know. I'm reminded daily by it. So.
It's like, look
Fuck.
how perfect I'm making it for you. It's so easy.
Thanks. Thanks.
It's like, yeah, like the guides and just the how-tos.
Yeah. I'm just going to keep doing that.
Yeah, thanks.
Does it help? Is it helpful?
No.
No, we've talked about that too. Like if and when we do get married, we want something
Yeah.
small. I want it
Yeah.
outside. I don't want to do the whole craziness and expensive and bridesmaids and all that. I don't want to do all that.
Yeah, for
Plus,
sure.
it just cuts down the drama. Like I don't have to
yeah.
include
Pick.
everyone.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That,
Or like have to be like, you left this person out, or no, I ain't
yeah.
gonna do all that.
That's the
Sorry.
way to go. I think.
Yeah.
I ain't doing
Families
all
are
that.
too big, dude. So
Yeah.
fuck
Mm.
that.
They
so.
are. They are.
It's too expensive, too big.
Yeah. We had our family at our wedding, but it was still like for us, it was so important to just have people there that made us feel safe, like
Mhm.
to be
Right.
ourselves,
Right.
pretty much. Like
That's
we
cool.
didn't want people that we didn't know, where I couldn't like act like myself because someone
Yeah.
was there, you know, or
Mhm.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Like say like for our wedding, we left our like party to go on like this little hike to like read our vows to
Right.
each other. Like
Aw.
so.
yeah.
We like
No,
just
like,
left
deadass.
everybody.
Deadass. That's cute. That's tight.
No,
Yeah,
for
remember she talked about her messed up. Her feet got all jacked up.
Yeah,
and
my
she had to
feet were
climb up the
all
rocks.
If that isn't love, I don't know what the
I
fuck is,
know.
dude.
Yeah, it was nice.
So funny.
Yeah, and we want like everybody to experience that. We want everybody to
dope.
feel
Yeah.
safe at their wedding day. We want everybody to, if you don't want to read your fucking vows in front of everybody, like go read them somewhere else. Like you don't have to do half the things that everybody
Mhm.
says that you have to do. Like literally.
Traditional, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do what
Which-
you want.
We don't have anything against being traditional. Like if that's what you want to do, like do what you want. Like as long as it makes you happy and it
Mhm.
makes you like act like yourself, pretty much.
Right.
Like be yourself in front of the people that are there for you. Like we're all for that.
That's
yeah, and it's
dope.
like the people that are gonna be there, like know that about you already.
Right.
You know?
Hmm. Yeah, I feel like everyone kind of gets sidetracked and they're like, well, what about like my family? They're gonna
Yeah.
think that this isn't the
Mhm.
way and like
Mhm.
we can't do this, or I don't know, like they're gonna complain that we didn't have this and that, or that we didn't invite like my Aunt Sally, like you know.
Whose fucking wedding is it again? Right?
Seriously though.
Like when we were getting married, like my mom was asking for like invitations for like neighbors and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, like
What the?
We were like, no, yeah, my mom too. She's like, can I invite my work friend? I'm like, I don't know who your work friend is. I'm like, no.
that's so
Like,
funny.
no, mom.
And then
No.
they were complaining about like us doing our wedding really far. But you know what? Like, at the end of the day, everyone showed up. Like, everyone complained about the drive.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like an hour. It wasn't even that bad. But everyone complained about the drive, but they still showed up. And, like, I feel like that's what everybody needs to know, that when people, like, everybody knows that we like to be outdoors. Mm-hmm. So, like, everybody knew that that was what we were going to do at the end of the day. So everyone still showed up. Like, don't be scared, like, about what everybody's saying. Like, just do what you want to do. Everyone's going to show up if they love you, if they really love you.
I agree.
I love that. That's tight. I like that a lot.
So kind of on that same topic or same page, what would you say, like, the support has been like for you guys starting the business now that you've been over a year in? As like, even just not just with friends, but family, you know, just coworkers in general, just because we know what it's like, obviously, to that struggle. But what has the support been like for you guys, and what has your experience been like?
It's been pretty eye-opening, I think, because, like, most of our business, like, same with, like, you guys, from, like, what we've talked about, has come from, like, people from, like, other states, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, sure, family's very supportive, too. They like seeing what we're doing, but I don't know. It's
Don't be shy.
weird.
Don't be shy.
No, I feel like for the most part, our families are pretty supportive, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're
That's
not
good.
like, oh, well, you guys are wasting your time.
That's
or,
good.
like,
That's always
anything.
good.
Like, they are pretty supportive, like, with everything. They're always like, oh, my gosh, like, I love what you guys are doing.
That's
like,
great.
I feel like, honestly, it kind of motivates some of them.
Yeah,
to,
to
like,
do what they want to
yeah.
do.
Yeah, that's good.
That's good.
That's good.
Yeah, so that's good. Like, with other people, like, around us, I feel like it's, like, hit or miss.
Yeah.
For sure.
Or, I don't know. I don't know if it's just because they don't know how to support us. Like, I don't know.
I think
people just suck.
Yeah,
No.
people in general just don't know how to fucking support.
Give yourself another year, you'll be like us. We're like, people just suck. No.
Yeah,
I mean,
people just suck.
I mean, even it's like the littlest
hard,
things.
yeah,
What
it's
pisses me off about certain things is that, like, how many followers do you guys have on Instagram? You know what I mean? And then you ask questions, small
Oh, yeah,
questions. Like,
perfect
hey,
example,
guys,
yeah.
we're doing a Q&A video.
Yeah.
Why the fuck could you watch my shit but not say a thing? Like, that to me, that fucking irks me. I feel like deleting everybody.
It
Like,
shows you who
Right.
Yeah,
looked at
like,
it.
pays attention.
You have
or,
the balls that you have just to watch my shit and not say a fucking thing. Like, I'm just
I
like,
know,
God,
I
you guys
hate
are
that.
assholes.
Or even
dude.
if I do, like,
Assholes.
the survey, yes or no, I'm like, you could have clicked yes or no. Like, why is that hard? I don't understand.
I feel like
they tapped the screen to, like, go to the next
Yeah.
like,
Right?
it's funny because
Answer
we
the
get like
question.
all these like viewers on our stories, and whenever I ask a question like with a tap yes or no, people will say yes. Like, so that's why I like asked about the Q&A thing, right? And like all these people put yes, but then when I was like
Asking
like
for the
ask me a
question,
question,
right?
and nobody was asking, and I'm like, then why'd you say yes? I don't want to do this video.
Yeah.
Laura sits there and, like, writes every single person, like, you said yes. Why did you not
Ask me a
say
fucking question
she would.
now.
She would.
I know she
I'd be like, ask me a question. 'Cause
That's funny.
this video's
yeah.
gonna be like 2 minutes long with the amount of questions.
Yeah, that's, I don't know, just maybe people are just busy, or that's just life. I don't know.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
part
I
of
don't
it is people just like are tapping like next on their stories, which I do that too.
Yeah, for sure.
But I mean,
I think with the business now, I've been more supportive than I have within the past. You know, like before all this, for sure, has been more eye opening for me.
And it's different when you are on the other
Right.
side.
Yeah.
yeah.
For
Because
sure.
I just want to give people support. You know what I mean? And that's something we talked about not too long ago. Is that it just sucks because a lot of people, I mean, whether it be your local rappers or your local person that wants support, they don't give it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I just don't understand that. So
Like,
Yeah.
we're not even in the hip hop rap world whatsoever, and we've probably been to like the last like 3 to 5 shows, and we pay to go. It's not like it's free
Yeah.
or we get free tickets, just to support like Kayla Ray or J Trip or like just anyone that we've kind of been networking with.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, yeah, it costs money or whatever, but it's like, hopefully, like, the networking is obviously the
That's
main
what it's
goal,
about,
and
right.
like showing them that, hey, we're supporting you, you know, and then vice versa. And it does turn out to be like more opportunities for us. Like,
Yeah.
now they're
Yeah.
reaching out and like, hey, we do our merch and stuff like that, and like
Yeah.
that's kind of the goal. But it's just crazy because we're like, we're at the shows and we're not even like hip hop people or rap
Yeah.
artists, and
Like,
there's like
right.
tons of local people that aren't even there that are trying to rap, and it's like,
Yeah.
you would think they would be there to support.
yeah.
But that's just not how it works. I don't know.
Yeah, we had a quick little story. We had some guy reach out. We went to high school with him, and he was like, are you going to be at the show? And I was like, he's like, I want to be there, man. He's like, I want to buy some merch from you. My boy's performing, and No, then he didn't show up. I'm just like,
It's like, just
the
kidding.
hell, dude? Like,
Right. Yeah.
Just don't even say anything.
I feel
right?
like
No, I'm just
a
like,
lot of it is like getting into that community over competition mindset.
Yeah,
like,
Yeah.
I
for
feel
sure.
like,
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't know. We were just talking about this. Like, I have a few people like on my feed that are trying to do photography now and stuff.
Mhm.
That are like people
Right.
that I know, and like good for them. Like honestly,
Right.
like go for
Exactly.
it. There's enough for everybody right here.
for sure.
Yeah,
I
for
mean,
sure.
like obviously at first I was like, really, like you're gonna do photography? You know, like that was my first. I'm being honest right here.
No,
that was
that's
my
how it
first
goes. Laura.
thought.
For sure.
I was like, really, like whatever, you know?
This bitch.
Yeah, but then I'm like, why am I getting mad? Like, it's not even like their market is gonna be completely different.
Right,
For
from
sure.
mine.
exactly.
Like, and if
we-
they,
no.
yeah, like I'm me. Like people want to work with me because I'm me, or
Right.
like
Yeah.
he's him,
or
like,
what you guys
whatever.
are about,
Yeah.
what your
Mhm.
company is about, right?
Yeah, and like it's completely different. We're talking to a completely different person,
Right.
like that has the same values that we have. Like it's
Mhm.
not like
Right.
like we're just not the same. So I feel like just getting into that mindset, like you know what, there's enough for everybody to go around.
Yeah, for sure.
And like,
Mhm.
come
Yeah,
on,
like-
how many people live here? Like,
And like we would love to help. Like if say like an up and coming photographer were to come up and ask us a question about something, like
Mhm.
we're there.
That's
We would
dope.
answer. Like
Right.
I feel like that is another thing. Like for us too, we like feel like more fulfilled, like helping people do something that kind of makes them happy. Like I don't know, like if we can help you be better at something that we know that we're good at,
Mm-hmm.
like we want to help you, and that kind of makes
Mhm.
us just makes us happy doing that.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Like
And I feel like-
I feel the same way.
Yeah, and that's one of the other many 1,000 reasons why we rebranded, because we want to like support people, like to do whatever the hell they
Right.
want to do. you
That's
know?
awesome.
And like you said, like you fit a certain category of people that want a certain wedding, and yeah, not everybody wants that. So it's
Yeah,
like, you know, people could do that, or they could do like the cute little baby pictures, like the little baby
Yeah.
photos. And you know, like I mean, there's just so much photography out
Yeah,
there,
for
like
sure.
so
Yeah.
many different angles that people can do. So like you said, there's plenty to go around. Even like with us, like we always say, like it's not like a competition with anybody, like especially locally. Like I just feel like we have a different mindset in general. Like I'm always like big on, I love Colorado, obviously I love Denver,
Yeah.
but I just never think that way. I'm always like, yeah, I can't wait to go to California, or I can't wait to go to New
Right.
York, or like I want that support everywhere, you know, like
Mhm.
not just here. Like I think just thinking small-minded is kind of what keeps people here,
Yeah.
and why people do like, oh, people in Colorado don't make it. And I think that's just because that's all they think about. And it's
Yeah.
like, you got to just kind of think bigger and
I just feel
not
like
be afraid.
people here. Well, we've all been here almost all of our life, pretty much,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
All of us,
Born and
yeah.
raised.
So I feel
Was
like
born at
everyone here is
St.
really
Joseph's.
proud.
Right.
St. Joseph. But I don't know if you guys get that vibe. Like, even I'm proud, you know? Like,
No, for
I
sure.
feel like
Yep.
everyone is really, really proud, but to the point where you're really close-minded about everything.
Absolutely.
And, like, you see it, like, even on Facebook groups. Like, when people are moving here, they're, like, pissed because
Yeah.
people are moving here. Like,
Mhm.
I'm
Shit
pissed because there's
talking.
fucking traffic. Like,
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
I hate
lie,
the
but
traffic.
I mean, I don't really care if you move here. But I don't know. I just feel like that's it.
No, for sure. I think I think I could speak for us is that when we're in the shit, you know, where we're grinding out and doing all this shit, sometimes we get lost in the sauce, and sometimes we forget to be proud and to be
Mhm.
look how far we've come on in just this little amount of time. You know what I mean? And just say, hey, you know what? Instead of us stressing out all the time and fucking, we've done a good job, and so have you guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes we forget about
Come
that.
this far already.
And it's good to sometimes just to sit there and pat yourself on the back, because you know we've been working,
Mhm.
and a lot of it is that it's behind the scenes shit. It's the shit you're doing when you're
Yeah.
not posting, when you're
Mhm.
fucking at these weddings and you're fucking dealing with certain things. You know what I mean? It's people don't see that; they just see the
Right.
the final
Yeah.
picture. You know, so it's
They just
for
see
sure
my
it's tough.
Instagram feed.
Yeah.
Right.
It's so pretty.
Yeah, and it's just like the whole concept of like just not comparing yourself, because
Mhm.
you never know what someone else is really doing, or vice
Right.
versa. Like they don't know what we're doing. Like we always say, like, yeah, we stopped posting for a long time and we're like, dang, like that sucks that we feel like we fell off, but it was like we were doing so much other
Yeah.
stuff but it's like so hard to keep up, you know, like we don't have photos to post because we're doing a podcast or
Yeah.
like because we're going to California, we're going to New York. So it's just like this constant, and then we're looking at other people and like he'll be like, well, you know, these people are posting, and I'm like,
Mhm.
yeah, but how do you know that they're
Right.
like, haven't had those pictures like for a long time. Like we have
Yeah.
pictures that we post that we've had. And
Dude,
you don't know what like everyone's going through, so it's always comparing yourself
yeah.
and then beating yourself up about it. But it's like someone's probably looking at you guys saying, "Damn, I can't wait to do that one day." Like
Yeah.
you
True.
guys are goals and like us too, so we gotta like keep that into
It's,
perspective.
Fucking hard.
Keeping up
Like,
with
literally-
content is hard as
Oh my
fuck.
gosh.
Yes,
yes.
like Instagram is a full-time job.
It
Like,
is.
If anybody wants to intern.
Right.
Wants
You
to do
guys,
this
you
for
guys do
free.
a really, really good job at it. It's
Mhm.
because you guys obviously you
It's
take a
Yeah.
lot of
This one
pictures.
right here.
Same for her. Like
I'm taking that credit right now. Okay.
I pointed at you.
no, I tell everybody that too. I was like, yeah, you gotta. Every time they ask me anything about the business, I'm like, you gotta ask the boss. I was like, she's fucking, she controls everything.
I'm just like behind the scenes.
No, for sure, and it's a full time job. You guys do a really good job at always putting your shit out there. And I loved when you guys you talk like you post a picture and you're like
Like the captions are
I love
awesome.
that. That's dope.
I try to show up like every day on there. I like telling him, he's like, I'm not gonna write those long.
No.
Yeah. Or
No,
he'll be
like,
like,
all-
what should I write? And I'm like, ugh, I'll just do it.
Yeah, like I'll like try to start something out. Like, let's talk about this. She's like, why would anyone want to hear that?
Oh.
And, like,
Laura.
I'm just like, all right.
Dude, that's fucking Laura all day. I can hear that all day.
I'm just like, all right.
You're like, fine, you
like,
just do
fuck
it.
it. Here you go.
I'm like,
She's like, thanks for
boring.
telling me because I already had it ready. And I was kidding. This is the one I had.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I'll be like, you don't help me write these posts, and it's so hard. But then I write them in like 5 minutes.
That's
I'm
how he
actually
is too.
Really good at writing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll get in a good mood, like where like I'm just like
Yeah.
feeling it, and
Yeah.
I'm just like
Yeah.
And then like sometimes I'm like, you just write it.
Yeah.
yeah. So
Okay.
that's something we need to get better at, though,
It's-
so for sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. Okay, so I know you kind of touched on future goals, but what are your goals for 2020 for Together We Roam?
Right now, it's just finishing our rebrand because it's not finished.
Wow. So you guys are still in the process of all that.
Yes, there's a lot of work to be done. I actually made like the entire website on Squarespace, and now I'm like, okay, this is not going to work out for the long term, so I'm switching to
no.
WordPress.
Yeah.
Really?
So
Yeah,
so she's
Wow.
over here trying to recreate
man.
the.
and it took me like
Website.
3 months to do that Squarespace website
Mhm.
because it's like pretty elaborate. I don't know if you guys have done
Yeah.
it. So now I'm like internally crying because
No, we
I
saw
All the
wanna
hard
switch over
work.
to
Right.
WordPress just because Squarespace is good for sure. Like it's been good with us, but like SEO wise, like the search engine optimization thing, like WordPress in the long term, if I'm gonna be blogging, I guess it's better.
Oh, okay,
And I
that
don't
makes
want
sense,
to
'cause you
wait
do
to find
blogs.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to wait to find out like later that I have to switch and do like a hard switch instead of just like doing it
Interesting.
now.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's like been a process. Like I don't know how many times I cry.
Oh.
It's okay. We cry at
Tears.
least
Yeah.
once a week.
Yeah, for sure.
I think I cried earlier.
I think I do twice a week.
Yeah. We
It's stressful.
we shed some business tears for
Yeah,
sure.
for
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's
It's-
stressful.
I'm like, this is so dumb. Why do we have to do
Literally.
this? I feel like nobody really realizes like that our photography, like me doing photography and him like doing photography and us editing, like is just 10% of the fucking business.
Oh, for
Mhm.
sure.
Like
That's the
literally, I'm
easy
just like,
part.
that's
That's
so
Right.
the
easy.
easiest part of the gig is showing up and taking pictures.
Mhm.
That's-
Right.
But yeah, like what we had touched on earlier is like doing video. I think that'll take our business to the like next level. It'll help us, I guess, complete like the storytelling
Mhm.
Yeah.
for like for our couples. So I'm looking forward to that for sure.
Yeah, that's gonna
What-
be the main thing.
So
for
what have
sure.
you guys been doing to kind of get ready for that?
We've been practicing a little bit on our cameras, but we're gonna have to wait because we need to get a different camera for that.
What kind of camera are you
Yeah,
guys
or-
gonna get? Because we need to get a new one too.
An expensive ass camera that just came out, but we need it. We were gonna do
It's-
Sony, but
I was gonna say a Sony. Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone has
Yeah,
Sony.
we're gonna get a Sony.
we were gonna do Sony, but the Nikon D780 just came out, which is like
It's like our camera just with
it's like the upgrade pretty much.
yeah. So like
Mhm.
it has like a bunch of like mirrorless camera. What
It's
would
like,
you say? Like
the D750 and like a mirrorless camera having a baby pretty much.
yeah.
And the video is
Oh,
supposed
yeah.
to be way better. And the only reason that we want to stay with Nikon is because we already have the lenses. They're so expensive.
Oh, right.
Mhm.
Like the Sony lenses are super expensive.
And then
Um,
also like editing.
yeah.
When you take a picture from like a Nikon camera to a Sony camera, like they're different.
It's
So
just a pain in the
editing,
butt.
That makes
it would
sense, yeah.
take
Right.
way longer to edit. It would be like double editing
Yeah,
stuff.
because
Wow.
even
That
with our
sucks.
our old beginner camera and our
Mhm.
new cameras, when we would like bulk all of them together and try to edit, it was like the biggest pain in the ass, like trying to editing. Like
That sucks.
one of them was looking too dark and the other one was
Aw.
lighter, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh my
Just
gosh,
like,
I need to
damn.
adjust this, like fine tune every single picture, because we have like we have our own presets that we save
Mhm.
and we make so that our style like stays consistent.
Wow.
So
Do you guys edit different? Like, is there something that you can look at hers and like, why the fuck did you do it like that? Or is there anything?
No, well,
He would never say that.
yeah.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry, dude.
First of
I'm
all-
sorry. I'm sorry.
I wouldn't be here today if
She's
I
fucking-
did
He's
that.
like, I'm still
She's
living.
stomping on your foot underneath the table. Shut the fuck up.
No, but I feel like when we edit stuff, we for sure do it as a team. Like we'll, I don't know, find like the look that we're going for that
Mm-hmm.
like specific shoot,
Mm-hmm.
because we try to keep it like pretty consistent.
I feel like it's hard to like be super different because we have the presets. But like
Right.
if we had to like manually edit like from the beginning a picture, like for sure to look a little bit different.
Mhm.
Right.
Like his would probably look a little bit darker. I'm like, people can't see that.
But
I'm
We-
the one that says
That's
stuff,
how I
okay?
am too. I like the little brighter, and he likes the darker.
I do
Oh my
too.
gosh,
I do
what's
too.
going
Every
on?
time, like,
I like the dark for sure, but I feel
Yeah.
like
My-
you need to know how to make those subjects
no, for
pop
sure.
Yeah,
out.
my-
Everything
my stuff's
that's,
always like moody. Like I just like that too. I don't know if it's like a creative thing, because like for sure, the way that we take pictures also, like hers are always like framed way different than mine. Like you could tell the difference in
Wow.
Yeah, you
who
can.
took what
That's
picture.
funny.
He's
I'm gonna have
always
to look
chopped-
now.
Yeah, if their heads are chopped off, he did it. Literally, I'm like, why are you chopping off their heads? He's like, it's creative. I'm like,
He's all at this angle.
But like for sure, like even when we're out like with our couples, like taking pictures, like she tends to be kind of like more upfront and like directing and doing
you
all
don't
this
say. You
and-
don't
we
say.
remember.
and like I don't know, I'll be trying to like find like different angles to like try to get like, I don't know, a way different shot than
Right.
Well,
what
she's like directing.
doing.
Yeah, I see
Yeah.
what you mean.
That's
We
tight.
do that too. Like, or if he's doing something, I'll like try to take like behind the scenes type stuff just to give us more content too for us, especially
Yeah.
since we need it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think the beautiful part about having a business with somebody you love, your best friend, is that she brings something different to the table. Like her
Yeah.
opinions, and you know what I mean, like sometimes we have like she targets a whole different audience. You know what I mean, and
Mhm.
she has a different perspective when we're doing things, and that
Yeah.
always helps. Because sometimes I might run into a brick wall. She'll be like, "Hey, you know what? Do this," or "Hey, you know what?
Right,
Don't do
or
this."
vice versa.
Right.
Mhm.
Exactly. So I think that's awesome.
And like you even said,
Yeah.
it allows you more opportunities, I think, to grow as a business.
Mm.
Because like I couldn't imagine doing it on my own. Like
Fuck.
there were so many times where I wanted to give up, and then like he'll be there, and then vice versa. He's like, "No, I'm done." And I'm like, "Okay, just keep going. Like I know you're having a bad day, or
yeah.
you
It's
know,
hard.
like I'm sure people obviously do it on their own, but I'm like, it helps for
Yeah,
sure to
it-
have
it
somebody
does.
there
It's hard.
when
Like
those days are tough.
I feel like we have those days weekly
Mhm.
where
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh, yeah, for
fuck.
Where we
like,
take turns, me and him, like hating life.
yeah.
I'm like, I hate this, and then he's like, no, and then he does it. I'm like, we got this. Like, let's just
Yeah.
keep going.
I'm like, and it's hard like managing, like for us right now, it's hard like managing stuff because I have the opportunity to work part-time, so I'm taking a lot of the workload right now,
Mhm.
and he's working like full-time, and I'm like, well, you're not helping me do this, but you know,
I'm
like
just
he's
like-
the one that he's like, well, I'm working full-time. But it's just like hard, like I
That's
don't
so
know.
funny.
It's like
It-
I don't
it
want to
gets
be
to
over
you.
here doing this. Like
Right.
I'd rather be doing what you're doing right now.
That's exactly what we go through. Because now I'm doing part time.
Yeah.
Because obviously I'm able to, which is good, and that's kind of the goal. Like just with you guys, just
Yeah.
to slowly kind of go away from that. Where like
Yeah.
I'm hoping we're at a point where it's like, hey, you don't have to do it anymore either. But yeah, so like I do the same thing where I feel like overwhelmed sometimes.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm like, I'm doing everything, but then like
Yeah.
I mean, obviously he's
Oh, you
working.
do, huh? You do, huh?
Okay.
But yeah, like I feel the same way too. I get mad, but then I like don't vocalize it either. So I'm more of like you, where I'm like, I'll just do it. I'll just do it. I'll just do
Yeah.
it, and then I
She-
get overwhelmed, and I'm
She
like, I
thinks
should
I'm a
let.
fucking mind
I
reader.
should let him help.
Yo.
But I'm like a control freak
Oh,
about
yeah,
it.
okay.
Oh my God,
This is news to
same,
me, guys.
same.
Fuck. I didn't know.
Because I'm like, I guess in my head I'm like weird like that, where I'm like, it's gonna be done right if I do it.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't think that way. Like I shouldn't think like, oh, what if I have to redo it?
That
You're a
makes
team.
me feel
You're a
so
team.
much better, Cassandra.
So you do the same thing.
Because I'm like, I should just like let go, you know? And
Yeah, you
let
have
him,
to
like,
let
do
go.
something, but like I can't. I'm just
Sing
like,
the
no.
song.
Like,
Let it go.
like internally, I'm like, I can't do it. I'm gonna do it myself. Like,
Right.
Yeah, and it's just a control thing for sure.
And
yeah, for sure.
It is.
I think right now we're definitely at a point, especially for me, is that like I know a lot of people say, you know, don't dread Mondays, and I just right now I'm at a point where I would love to quit. I would love for us to do this, you know, full time. Obviously, money,
Yeah.
but that's where it's kind of holding us back. And I know eventually that one day we'll be able to do this full time, and so will you guys. So it's gonna be awesome. I can't wait for both of us to do
Yeah, we're
and
on the
eventually
same
do that.
path.
So
Yeah.
I'm just
Yay.
glad we have somebody
Takes
to
time,
relate
guys.
to. So
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I always tell him, I'm like, it feels so good to know somebody else who's kind of going through the same thing,
Yeah.
because sometimes you just kind of feel like nobody understands,
For
like,
sure.
Absolutely.
because you don't
Mhm.
understand until you're on the other side, like you said. Like, it feels like you're drowning, and everyone's just
Absolutely.
like,
Mhm.
oh,
Wow.
you guys are doing so great. Like, I bet you're making all
Yeah.
this money. Like, I have people literally
Oh,
telling me
yeah.
that. I'm like, dude, I make no money. Like,
That's
he
how
makes
we
no
are
money.
too.
We,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm like,
People
No.
think we're rich.
yeah,
Yeah, like,
No,
seriously.
dead
I'm
ass.
like, no, I don't have any money.
Everything you make for your business, you
Goes
like
back into it.
basically
Yep.
invest in your business. And
Yeah.
but it's also cool like what we were just saying, like when we see like you guys are killing it, like that helps push us too,
Thank you.
like, you know.
Oh,
So
yeah,
di-
same
ditto
you
for
guys. Yeah,
sure.
for sure.
Yeah, we're like, oh my gosh, they're doing a podcast. That's so cool.
I know. It seems like it's
It's-
just like, I don't know, always something different that we want to
Right.
try to do.
I'm glad that you guys brought that up too, because of the fact that like I said earlier, you'll just see the finished product and you have no idea what's
Mhm.
going
Yeah.
on. And I would have to say that within the last 6 months, there was a point where I did feel like I was drowning. I felt like this was almost too much, and I felt really
Mhm.
depressed, and I felt fucking just out of it, dude. So thank you for saying that, because it makes me feel a lot better, and to know that someone else is going through it. Like, if I mean, a lot of people don't even know this, is that sometimes we're not always, you know, making this money, and like t-shirt sales right now are like non-existent for
Yeah.
us. So it's like
Nobody buys anything.
people think that, you know what I mean, our apparel, that's where we know obviously another part of the business where we make money, but right now that's like not our main focus, so it's not doing so well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So people think that we're rolling on the dough. Like, no, not really. I mean, we do side orders,
Right.
so that's where kind of like for small businesses or for like you guys and stuff like that, that's like the side business for us.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's where we make
Yeah.
a little bit of, you know, hustle on the side, more or less. So no, we're not rolling on the dough by
Mhm.
any means. I could tell you there's been plenty of times in the last 6 months I've gone negative in my fucking
Yeah.
account.
Yeah.
So.
I literally like will screenshot it too, because I always tell them like one day I'm gonna look back and be
Yeah,
able to post this
motivation.
and be
Yeah.
like, this was me, and like you could do it too, kind of thing. Because even like our trips and stuff, like we travel super as cheap as we can,
Same.
as like
Same.
tight as we
Yeah, that-
can.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I'm
That's how
lucky
we
my
are.
aunt works for Southwest, so we only fly if we could fly for free. If she could get
Yeah.
us tickets, then that's how we went to New York,
Yeah.
because it was expensive, but it was like an opportunity. We're like, we just got to do it. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
my bills suffered in January, so I like literally
Oh
caught
my
up
gosh.
this month because I was like, we got to go to New York. Like this is just gonna have to happen, and
Right.
so be it, you know. But yeah, I mean, it's a struggle, but it'll be worth it, I think. So
Like
Hey.
last month, everything fucking broke at our house.
Yeah,
Like,
it
I ain't
always
fucking with you guys.
it always seems like when you're like getting somewhere, like something happens where you just like take
Like,
a
I
hit.
feel like they
That's how
were
we felt, too.
dragging us on fucking concrete. Like, I'm not even kidding.
No, I
Like,
swear to
everything
God.
broke. Our furnace broke. Our water heater broke. Like, our freaking sewer lines down, or like
no.
our sewage lines downstairs
Oh,
were all clogged, and then like a microwave broke, and then his car wasn't starting, and I'm like
All
all within the
this
same
shit.
month, and then Christmas, and we had just
Right.
gotten back from Mexico and
Oh,
spent all
yeah.
this money there. And we literally like spent all of our like savings that we had, and we were just like, and then I forgot to pay our cars. And then we had no money to pay them, and the
Oh
bank
my
was like calling me, and I
God.
was like, oh my god, this is so dumb. All because I work part time. I'm gonna go. I was like legit looking for jobs, like,
man.
And I'm like,
full-time,
we
and
got
I was
this
like-
shit. Let's
I was like,
keep-
no, it's all
keep
because I'm
going.
working part time to focus on this
Same.
business.
Yeah, we do.
And it
Yeah,
that's
just
how
like
we felt
sucks.
too.
Same.
Yeah.
It was like we start saving up money, and then
something
car don't start.
happens. Yeah.
her
Yeah.
car don't start. I got a boot in my car. I fucking
God.
saved up like a bunch of money, and they're like, all right, that'll be $700.
Yeah,
I'm like,
oh
are you
my God,
fucking
that's
kidding me? I was like, what the
horrible.
fuck?
Yeah, pretty
Yeah, it
much.
was horrible. But yeah, I mean, it just happens, I guess. When it rains, it pours. But
Yeah.
but then you always have like the good times too.
We're
like
still
we'll have like
fucking
a
here, guys.
yeah,
We're
we'll
still
have like a
fucking
moment
here.
where we're like, oh, this is so awesome. So it's like you gotta just ride the roller coaster. Like I say, you gotta just keep going. because it's gonna be a roller coaster.
It's gonna be a roller coaster.
That's for sure.
It's been
Ups,
a roller coaster.
downs.
Right. So don't quit, guys. If you guys are listening to this or you guys are watching this, you guys are starting your own business, do not quit.
Just keep
Mhm.
going.
It's all
Yeah.
worth it in the end, for sure.
Yeah,
Keep
it's not
pushing.
easy, but
And do
it's
like
worth it.
as much as you feel like you can do a day. You know what? Like you guys shared something that like Gary V
Mhm.
had shared, and it was like the push-up thing. Like if you do the 10 push-ups
Yeah.
a day, like
Mhm.
I like felt that shit. Like
Felt that.
I love
yeah,
Gary V.
because that day I don't know, I was just like feeling like I was putting all this work in, and
Mhm.
like I like you don't separate your like personal life from work. Like when I get in work mode, I'm in like work mode, and that's all I think about, like nonstop. He's even told me, he's like, you need to stop, like.
Yeah,
But
chill.
I just, he's
Yeah.
like, stop doing that.
Dude.
But, you know, I have to say that, like,
For sure.
like he said, if you do 10 push-ups a day, like, those are the results you're going to get. And if you do 100, those are the results you're going to get. Like, eventually, like, obviously, if you do 100, you're going to
Right.
get them faster. But it's just, like, a matter of what you can handle
Mm-hmm.
every day.
Yeah, that's a good way to, like, for us, that's all we do. It's like sometimes we forget to have a personal life because I can't tell you the last time we've been on a date. I mean, obviously we went to New York and that was more business, but we still had, it was like, for me, it was like the first time that we kind of like did something as a couple, and my dad was there obviously, but he, you know, it was still something that was like, at one point we went to the Empire State Building and I was like, I got super emotional because I was like, damn, I'm doing something I love to do with people I love. So to me, it was like that moment. I was like, damn, this is dope. Life is dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's all worth it because we got to do something that we love to do with people I love. So it's like sometimes you got to separate yourself from the business. You know what I mean? Because it's like you just want to go like that and you get burned out like that. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say you'll burn yourself. We burned ourselves out pretty good. Like I would say, like 6 months ago, we were burned out. Like I was just done. Like physically, emotionally.
We hated everybody.
I hated everyone. Yeah, I was like, I didn't want to be on social media. Like I was like, I don't care if someone follows us or not. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like I hate everyone. Like I wanted to unfollow everyone. Like I was just so like pissed. And then like we obviously put like ourselves on the back burner too, like physically for sure. And like the past 2 weeks we've been on top of everything, like macros, gym, just everything. And I'm like, it's just how it's supposed to be, you know, like this is because that was our passion. I mean, the gym was my passion, and I lost that because I was like, this is what I need to do right now. And you forget, like it is hard to find that me time. Like I don't make time for myself, and it's an excuse because I'm sure I do have time, but it was always like, no, I don't.
Yeah,
and now that we are, I'm like, I could have been doing this the whole time. But we're on the right path. So like, it's super like, I feel 1,000 times better, like honestly. And it's literally only been 2 weeks.
I feel like you just kind of feel like your main priority needs to be your business, like at all times, like even if you need to go work out, like for your mental sake, because we weren't working out for a little bit there, and I was literally like, I get depressed within like 3 days if I don't go work out. Like I don't go work out to look good. I literally go work out because I need to de-stress.
It's like your release, right?
Yeah. And I'm like, it's all because I'm trying to prioritize all these things that are really also important to me.
Right.
But it's like, take care of yourself.
You just want to be successful. I mean, you want your business to succeed.
Balance.
And I think you forget, like, if you stop for like a minute, like it's going to go away. It's not, you know, and we think that too. We're like, oh my God, we haven't been on social media in 2 days. And I'm like, oh wow, like it'll get back up, you know, you got to just keep going. But yeah, we do that too, where I'm just like, we got to just take a break. Cause like, I was like depressed literally. And I think that's why, cause I had no outlet. It was my regular job and then business, my regular job, you know, and sleep. That was it.
Right.
Yeah.
Like we weren't happy. Like we were just miserable with ourselves. Like I would literally tell him, like I would cry and be like, I like hate myself right now. Like I don't love myself. Like I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to be one of those girls that's like, I love myself. No, I don't. You know, like I just being honest. Like I was just like, I don't like, this is not who I am. Like I'm not lifting. I'm not at the gym. Like I can't empower people if like I don't even feel that way, you know? So it was like really depressing, but I'm just like, I just got to do it and take time for myself. And then I still have time for the business. So it's kind of like making sense now and trying to work with my schedule. So.
And I feel like it motivates you better. And when you're in a better mood, you like radiate that. Like it,
for
and
sure.
it radiates back to you.
For
like
sure,
it just
for
does.
sure, for sure.
Yeah, like if you go work out in the morning, like you just have like a killer day after that. Like you go into work like with a better mood. I don't know. I feel like you get a lot more done, or you feel like you get a lot more done.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's go ahead. You're good.
I would say it's all like your mentality. Like for a while there too, every day when I was waking up to go to work, I was like, I fucking hate this fucking job. Like, I hate all these people. Like, everyone's so fucking negative here, which they are because I work at a hospital.
Right.
So
Same.
negative.
Same.
And I'm just like, the more I did that, like, I would get home and I was like fucking pissed. And I'm
just
like, this is all
unhappy.
fucking stupid. Like, now I don't have time to do the things that I really want to be doing because I'm pissed. Like, because I have to be at work.
That's him.
I bring
for
it home
sure.
too much sometimes.
Yeah, it just feels that way. But like in the mornings, I've tried to like wake up and be like, yeah, let's just get through this day because like it's gonna be okay. Like I'm still gonna have time to do the things that I need to do. But like obviously, so when I get to work, I'm still pissed. But still,
Yeah, for sure, Sam.
But like I try to tell them too, like in like how you have to look at it is, you're so much closer to that financial freedom than anyone else around you probably. You know, like people are literally thinking of, what am I gonna do? Like, what's my retirement plan at this place?
Oh my gosh,
you know,
it's so
and
depressing.
and I'm just like, I'm not even thinking of that because I'm like, I'm like, I don't want to have to think about that because I'm not gonna be doing this in 20 years. Like, I know what I'm gonna be doing, and it's not this job. You know, so like you guys have that outlet and that opportunity to be like, this is what we're going to be doing. Yeah, we have to do this now.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's tons of people out there that they will be like, in 20 years, I'll still be here because I have to be. I
Yeah.
have to put in my time. I have to like, you
oh
know,
my
and
gosh,
like
I'm
it
waiting
is
for
scary. Yeah, it is scary for sure.
Every day, I'm like, we're gonna fucking die at Never Health. Oh my god.
Oh
And
shit.
he's just like, oh my god, just chill out. I'm like, I don't want to die at Denver Health like everybody else.
Yeah, because you have people, and they're so miserable, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, but like, people don't have any other option at that point, you know, and like, at least you guys do, like, you have an option, and
There's
like, that's super powerful.
And
for
there's
sure.
people that are just content.
Right.
Like, they're just
No, for
content
sure.
being there, and I'm like, that's where we're different. Like, I'm not content being there. I hate being there. Like, whenever I think about like my retirement plan account, I'm like, this is fucking ridiculous.
Right.
Like, I don't give a shit about that stupid ass retirement plan.
Plan.
Yeah, because I mean,
It's a
at this
clan,
point,
too.
It's a
yeah,
clan,
I'm like,
yeah.
at this point, you have to be like 70 to retire. Like,
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
like, what the hell? Like,
What are you gonna do
How
when you're
much-
70?
what are you gonna do?
like
You're not
that's so
gonna be able to
sad.
enjoy
I feel really bad. Like, and I feel bad for
Yeah.
people, like you said, that
Fuck, I
are
don't even make it to
content, and it's
70.
just because they might not know any different, or like not have that. They're not brave enough for one, because it is scary. I mean,
It's
it is
super
scary. Like, to think, like, say we didn't have our other jobs, like, it's
What would
not
we be
consistent.
doing?
You know,
Yeah.
our salary is not consistent. Like, how do you pay your bills? What happens if something didn't happen and you didn't, like, get booked that month, or, you know, or we didn't sell something? What are we going to do? So, you know, you do run that risk, or you don't have that savings or that retirement plan or health
Yeah.
insurance and all these other things. But it's kind of like you're sacrificing one thing for another, and I think it's worth it. Like,
Yeah.
even
feel
though it's
like-
going to be hard.
You have to feel like it's worth it, though.
For
'cause
sure.
Some people don't feel like that's
Yeah.
worth
And that's
it,
why
you know?
people fail, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because you tell that to people, who'll be like, yeah, I'm not gonna be here forever. I'm like, oh, you're fucking stupid. People will look at you
Yeah,
and sit there and think
Like,
that you're
what do you
crazy.
mean?
'Cause
Like,
you're
what are you going to do?
that's so stupid. You're gonna quit your job. Like
yeah.
I've been on my job for like, it'll be
5
coming up in
years,
5
yeah.
years in like a couple days. So
So
now if I
depressing.
were to like, I know, right? If I would have
Same.
just quit tomorrow, people would be like, why would
They'd
you do
freak
that?
out.
Why
Yeah.
would you quit
You
your
have
job?
such a good
Like
job.
it's so stupid, and people just don't get it.
I
Like
feel
Yeah.
like
it's
they,
legit. They don't understand. They just don't.
They don't because they don't see like a different like path.
Right.
pretty much.
Right.
No, for sure.
And like same thing happens to me. Like I'll say something and they're like, "Oh, well, why don't you just keep this job? Like, why don't you just work one day a week here and do the other stuff that you want to do? You know?"
Right.
And I'm like, because I don't like this fucking.
You're like,
job.
no, I don't want to
Like, I
ever
don't
come
even
back
wanna
in
be
here.
ever.
And it could also be like maybe like a family member or someone probably's never done anything like that.
Yeah.
So they don't see it the way that you see it.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. It is unknown, especially like I know to like our parents and probably most of our parents, like you have a good job and like you stay there. You know, you put in the time. Like my
better
mom
stay there.
did 32 years at DPS, and it's like, you know what you do. Yeah, like you didn't like try to start your own business and like what are you doing? Like that's dangerous
Right.
territory
Yeah.
to people.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And
But
then, no, sorry. The last thing I want to say is just pretty much I always think about it. Like, if we didn't have this, what would we be doing? And that's what scares me.
We talk about
That's
that
what I'm
too.
saying.
Yeah, we're like we would
Like,
be like
do
same old
nothing.
thing day in day out. Like yeah,
Right.
like this keeps us like on our toes.
For sure.
Even though sometimes when you get like fucking overwhelmed with all that
Mm-hmm.
work, you're like, you know what? It's easier to just have that job. It really is. And I feel like
Yeah.
that's another thing. Like
I
it's so
agree.
easy for me to
Content,
just
right.
go to work and get paid.
Do
like,
something
and
that
know
somebody
I'm gonna
tells you
get
to
paid.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know how much I'm gonna get paid every week. Like it's so easy for
You
sure.
know your job.
But it just
Yeah.
like it really sucks.
You really don't have that many surprises. I
No.
mean,
Right.
like, it is what it is.
Damn,
Yeah.
I feel like we love the struggle.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
that's
right.
what it
We
is.
love the
For
struggle.
sure.
I like that.
You gotta love it. You gotta embrace it because it's there.
So we're doing a new segment on our podcast.
Just with
New
you, for
segment.
you guys.
We only do new segments on
Yeah.
here, bro. Shout out to Derek.
That's all we do.
Yeah, shout out
so-
Dream Team
yeah,
Fantasy
Dream Team,
Podcast.
Right. So yeah, this is gonna be something different. We're gonna do with you guys since you guys are a couple. We're a couple. We're gonna do. It's gonna be called "How Well Do You Know Me?"
Oh,
It's just
So-
a couples game.
It's gonna be a couple things. So we're gonna
So-
ask questions. Can't look at each other's answers.
So you're just trying to get me in trouble.
No,
Pretty
I made sure they weren't too dangerous because there were some on there that I was like, no, I can't put that. Laura will get mad, or no, I can't put that. What if they get in trouble?
Right. So you guys can't.
Yeah, there
look
was
at
some
each other's
that-
answers. So we're gonna be a little.
Yeah, and then so I'll write what I think about him, and then
yeah,
we'll
so you
show
guys
and be
got
like,
it.
who knows each other better.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Do you want to ask? You can ask the first question.
Okay. So the first question is going to be,
Interesting.
what is the first thing your partner would buy if they won the lottery?
Oh my gosh, I don't know.
Fuck. Oh man, I'm more nervous than you guys. Fuck.
Stupid shit. Just kidding.
Oh damn.
I really feel like that's your answer too. That's the shitty thing. All right.
Okay.
Do you want to go first?
Sure. I think you would buy a Tesla for yourself.
Fuck, I probably would.
That's all he talks about. I want a Tesla. I want a Tesla because he
Tesla
loves
truck
David Dobrik.
or what?
No, the
just
car.
regular I think Tesla.
He just loves David.
Dude. They're dope. David Dobrik.
Yeah, he loves David Dobrik.
House. I put house or pay off debt.
Oh yeah, I'd probably buy a house. I guess. Yeah. I don't buy anything interesting. Mine would be
Mine's
pay
I'll
off.
go
a
first.
secret.
I'll go first. I put that she would buy either land or a tiny home.
Yeah, I would. I'm like, I told you.
Or both.
Or, just kidding. I put shoes or a tiny home.
Shoes.
I've
That's
deprived
crazy.
you.
I'm like, I don't know when the last time I bought a pair of shoes was.
What would you buy?
Dude,
Like
we had, like-
Yeezys or Nikes?
No.
I
Or,
don't. Nah, I would go cheap still.
yeah.
He just had like all these fucking shoes and he would wear the same ones. I'm like, dude.
Don't look at
And then
me.
he wants to like go buy more shoes and I'm like super, I hate shopping. Like he fucking loves to shop. I fucking hate it.
We're switched because
Dude,
I love
fucking hate
shopping,
shopping.
and I have a
Hate it.
ton of
Dude, I'm
shoes.
Dude,
there
I
for,
fucking
like, 5
hate
minutes.
shopping.
He
I
hates
hate
it.
I get
He gets
pissed
me
when I
mad
go-
because he gets in such a bad
She's
mood
like,
to
I
shop.
fucking hate going shopping with you. It's
Yeah,
fucking
I'm like,
annoying.
why do you? Don't even come. Like, let me just enjoy myself
I-
and go to Target by myself.
I don't even go because I already know like what's gonna happen. So.
Dude, I'll be in there for like I already know what I want. I'll go in there and if it's not in there, like we're leaving.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
And like
I'm not
him,
like that.
literally last time I don't know where we went to like Sierra Trading Post and we went to go get a tent, and like why
Okay.
was he looking at jackets? I
Oh
don't
my
fucking
God.
know. So I
'Cause
just
they were
like,
there,
I legit
right?
just
It
like
was cold that day, maybe. Right?
I was like, you know what? Like I'm gonna go to the car, and I just left the tent there on the floor.
Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
god, that's
I was
tight.
like, this
Crazy
fucking
boy.
annoying.
Go ahead, you can read the next one.
Okay.
He's like, wait.
Oh man, poor Hugo. The second question is, what was your first impression of your partner? Oh God, can I be honest or not?
First
Yeah,
impression.
Can I
No,
be honest?
please. I would love for you to be fucking honest. 'Cause you're getting fucking smacked on the way home.
Damn, this is kind of hard.
Dang.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna put this. I think everyone can agree with mine.
I think everyone at Kennedy High School will agree with mine. I'm just kidding.
Whoa.
Dang.
I'm just kidding.
That's fucked
I'm
up.
just kidding.
I didn't go to high school with
No,
you guys.
You're
I don't
totally
know.
different.
Nobody does.
You're
Nobody
a
knows
different
that.
person now. That's all that matters.
Oh. Dude, I was cool back then, right?
Yeah.
I didn't say you weren't cool. Okay.
Go ahead. You go first.
I'm gonna go first again?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were like a bro or like really cocky. That was my
Really?
first impression. Yeah.
I was gonna put bro for you too, because you were a fucking
A
bro.
gym bro. I was a gym bro.
I put intimidating.
Really?
Because when I
Aw.
first met you, you were obviously I knew your age. So I was a little
I
like,
was older.
I was like,
I know you always said that.
I was, I didn't know how to.
You didn't
go
know how to
about
act.
it. Yeah. I didn't know how to bag that one.
Hey, you got it done, bro.
Hey.
Currently.
Oh man. Okay, good guys.
Right, you go first.
I
though.
just wrote, he's so nice.
Oh, nice.
He was pretty
I
fucking
am
nice.
pretty nice.
Yeah.
He's
he is
pretty fucking
nice.
nice. Everyone can agree with that.
So, what I put cutie,
Oh.
but then I was like, let me get out of here, cause you guys need to know this. You guys need to know this story. So like,
Oh man.
basically like my sister, like before we even met, was like trying to hook us up and
Yeah.
stuff.
Mm.
And then like everybody in my family would be like, oh, here, or your girlfriend's coming over and all
Oh
this
my
shit.
gosh.
And like, it just made it weird.
Yeah.
It was so embarrassing. And every time, and we were there, like, he would be in the living room and I'm in the kitchen and they're like, oh, are you going to talk to your boyfriend?
It would be so awkward. And then I'd
we're
be like,
not even dating.
I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Oh
and it's
my
funny
God.
because then we would be texting like all day.
I know.
Oh my
It
God.
was really weird.
In person, we would be like distant as fuck, but like we'd be
That's
like texting
crazy.
each other,
Because
like
they were
sending
kind-
each
they were
other
pushing.
messages.
Yeah.
That's totally not what I thought you were gonna say.
I'm trying to save myself here.
I know. Good job. Next one is, what is your spouse's favorite junk food?
Oh,
Oof, that's going to be hard for you.
yeah. She
I know. I'm trying to think.
she don't really eat junk.
Oh yeah. At least the writing will be like ASMR.
That's what it sounds like. Fucking hate ASMR.
Whatever.
All right,
Okay.
I'll go first this time. I put French fries or Cool Ranch Doritos. She loves Cool
Yes,
Ranch Doritos.
and yes.
Damn fries.
I love
French
French
fries.
fries. I haven't had them in like 3 weeks now. You know I love French fries. I said pizza or hot wings.
Dope. No, for sure. For
I
sure.
could eat pizza like
I
every day.
Love
said-
pizza.
Let me go before
Okay.
you. Okay, I said pan, but like
Oh my
Mexican
God.
bread.
Nice.
We're actually going to go get some after this.
Yeah.
Dead ass tight.
Like what are they called? The conchas or whatever?
Yeah.
If it's warm, it's good, okay? I said ice cream.
Oh yeah.
What's
You'll
your-
eat like the whole tub.
Oh my god.
Like the
She
whole
gets
thing.
pissed.
She's
I'm like, let's go get ice cream, and then he wants this nasty ass ice cream. And
What kind of
then-
ice cream do you guys
I,
like?
I like cookie dough.
Oh.
Well, that's nasty to you?
Cookies and cream.
Now it is.
Like,
Dude, what the fuck?
What-
That's my
what do you
favorite.
like?
You know what's funny? I used to eat so much of it that I think it's disgusting.
Oh.
no,
But
the funny thing with it though is like she'll be like, we're gonna go get ice cream, and then she wants to get like the like, is it like a pint or like a
the pint.
the super small
The
ones?
small
and then
one, yeah, yeah.
And then she'll pick the flavor. I'm like, you're not even gonna eat any. Like,
And I'm like, we're gonna get
So
pistachio.
controlling.
I like pistachio.
And then
Yeah.
she'll get
I
mad
love
at you
pistachio,
for
too.
eating it.
Then I
Yeah.
get mad. Well, he'll sit there and eat the entire pint.
Oh,
I'm
my
like,
gosh.
that's too much. But yeah.
it's not too much.
Oh.
Yeah, it is.
It's never too
disgusting.
much.
Never too much.
Never enough.
What's the next one?
What is your spouse's most repeated sentence or phrase?
Fuck.
So something they say all the time.
Oh, I know. Something that I hate.
I already know what it is too.
Do you say it on the podcast a lot?
She could. Dang, this is hard for you.
I say a lot of things.
I know. I'm trying to think.
Very, very.
I know some of yours, but
Fuck. I don't know.
This is tough. Have you written anything down yet?
Yeah.
Shit, am I the only one that hasn't?
no, I
written
haven't yet
anything?
either. He says a lot of things. I'm like,
The pressure is on.
Fuck. Did you write something down?
Yeah.
yes, there's a few.
I'll just go with.
You better not put that.
Cause this is
I don't know.
Let me start it off.
Oh,
Go ahead. Go ahead, Hugo.
I'm hungry. She's always hungry.
I thought you were gonna say something else.
What did you think?
What-
he was
yeah,
gonna say?
I thought you were gonna say obviously.
Oh,
Oh.
obviously. I should have
Or
gone with
that's
that.
disgusting.
You do say that's
I say
disgusting
that.
a lot.
I say that so much.
We're gonna play this back.
I was
and
gonna say
count
that.
how many times you say that's
It's
disgusting.
gonna go ding,
now.
ding every time you say it.
I say those two the most, I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's
my
funny.
dad
I don't
even,
know.
he's like, what does my dad say?
He says honestly.
Oh yeah, he thinks I'm saying honestly. So he's like, honestly.
Oh, I
Like,
said obviously.
Randomly, I'm like, I'm not saying
That's
that,
funny.
but okay.
Go ahead,
What did
Laura.
you say?
But
But
I
That
I
word.
always have a but to
he
everything.
always has a but to everything, and it pisses me the fuck off.
It could be a positive spin to something too, and
Mhm.
it'll just like.
I'll be saying
trigger.
something, and I'm like all passionate and stuff, and he's like, but, and I'm like,
I should just say
said
another word.
F you. 'Cause you're gonna
I
say
did say fuck.
fuck you. To
Yeah,
like
I did
on
say-
the road, at work.
I have a bad road rage. I need to go to counseling.
Horrible road
I said,
rage.
"Oh man," you say, "Oh man," I'm like, "Oh man."
Do I?
Yeah, for sure.
She's like,
Like
I
this
don't
is
even know.
news to me.
It is news to me. Actually,
We got how many more questions?
a few.
Double.
more.
Okay.
4 more.
Oh fuck.
This is
yes.
a good
I
one.
like
I
this
like
one.
this
I haven't seen these yet, guys.
I like this one.
This isn't prearranged.
I like this one too.
This one is who would survive longer in a zombie apocalypse?
Oh,
oh shit.
Honestly.
Honestly,
I'm gonna have to explain why I have this answer.
I'm done.
I'm done too.
Okay, go ahead and go first then.
I say me because she doesn't have the fucking heart for it. She's so kind. Like she don't tell people
I wouldn't
no.
want to kill zombies.
And like yeah, like you guys watched The Walking Dead?
yeah.
Or have you before? Like when like you can't be a pussy in that situation. You gotta just fuck the old, fuck the kids. You know what I mean?
No.
Just
like, yeah, I would want to bring all the
that-
kids with me.
That would be tough though. Like say
I
say
feel the
like
same way
someone
about
you
that.
knew, like someone you
Yeah,
knew, like you had to
I
like.
get and
you
I'd
had
have
to
to
put 'em
save
out?
the kids and
Yeah,
take them with
dude,
me,
it would
even
be
though
tou- I
it's
mean, like,
extra baggage.
I think if it came to family, it'd be really fucking tough. But it would be, dude, I don't know.
If it was like survival,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
It's dog eat dog
guess.
world when you're in that situation. But yeah,
I say me, just because I think I'm
don't.
pretty smart about things, and I am not picky at eating.
That's
See, I
true.
would be
I
able
would-
to eat whatever.
Fuck.
He is the
Oh,
pickiest eater ever, so he would just die of starvation
would
because he
die.
can't eat anything. He won't eat anything. He's such
Yeah,
a like
I'm a
sissy
puss.
about food.
I'm a puss when it comes to food. I'd die.
I'm on the same boat about that too.
Go ahead.
I would survive, and same thing. He's so picky, he would like die right away, like in like the week.
once he runs out of
In a
his
week?
supply
In a week,
Oh,
and like
shit.
of ice
same
cream.
thing. He would super nice.
I probably wouldn't be able to control myself. I guess
Yeah.
I'd probably just take it all down.
Yeah, I couldn't share it with people. That's for sure. Like if there's like water and like fucking, I'd be guzzling it. So.
I'm like, we were just talking about this like not too long ago. I'm
Talking
like,
about
when we
what?
were
Zombies?
no about food.
Oh.
Like when I was a kid, I would eat like dirt and like all the things that you can find, like leaves off of like
Why?
Next question: who is most likely to deal with the spider in the room?
Okay.
That's so easy.
That's hard.
I'm like, that's so
At least I'm gonna be fucking honest about this one. You wanna go?
I'll go first.
okay. Go ahead.
My wife would. I'm not gonna lie when I say that I'm a bitch when it comes to spiders.
Oh my god.
Dude, fucking A. Thank God someone can relate with me. I mean, total bitch. She has a recording.
I
of
have
me.
videos of him like terrified trying to get it, and I'm just like cracking up in the background.
No,
Like,
I
oh
put
my
her
gosh.
too, dude, because I
Oh yeah, me. I put me.
I
For sure.
I put me too. Even though
There's no
I hate
question.
spiders.
Yeah, me too.
I don't like to kill them though. Like literally, I left a spider in the bathroom the other day, and he went and he fucking killed it. I'm
I
like,
killed that shit.
Why are you killing it?
Why would you? Fuck that.
I hate flies.
Circle of life.
I'm like, if
Yeah.
there's flies in my fucking house, which there isn't, but if there was, that spider's gonna eat it.
That's
So
true.
just leave them there.
But there's no flies.
They don't do
Yeah,
anything to
no.
you.
It's a black widow fucking
see
bites
them.
you.
It's
and
not
you
a black
die.
widow.
It was like this little tiny clear spider.
When I used to throw trash in the back of the truck, we would obviously I would be dumping these carts, and one time I dumped a cart and then I put it back down and I realized that there was a fucking black widow on my hand. I
Oh,
freaked.
I
the
would die
fuck
then,
Oh
yeah.
out.
hell no!
I
freak
mean,
the
I would
fuck out.
die.
I
Yeah.
don't mind if they're on the wall, but if they're on me, then
Yeah,
I'll be freaking
I
out.
couldn't do
Yeah.
like fear factor in this one.
Yeah, no, I can't do that
No,
either.
I would die.
There was one time in our basement, fucking thing was huge, huge, and
We should do a fear factor edition of the
No,
podcast.
we
That'd
should
be
not.
so fun.
No.
We're always
Let
like,
us know. I'm a bitch
Yeah.
out on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
We could do
I'll be
food
like-
stuff. Yeah, shit, it's a good idea.
that would be fun.
Yeah, it would
that would
be
be
fun.
actually fun.
Yeah.
The food thing.
Because me and you would eat.
Yeah.
They
I'll
would
be like,
lose.
I can't
I
do
don't know
it.
about all that.
Oh, fuck that.
That's
fuck
so
that.
funny.
No, we're good. Hold on.
The last one.
I want
Last one. Last one,
one.
guys.
Which one?
The last one.
Oh, that's a good one. What is your spouse's favorite movie?
Oh,
Oh, dang it. I don't know. I can't think of the name of it, though.
Oh.
I know. I can't think of the
How
name.
dare you? Fuck, I don't even
I'm just
know.
gonna put-
Damn, this is so bad.
She's not gonna know.
You don't know? How do you not know my favorite movie? You're crazy.
Oh, yeah. Duh. fuck? I'm a bad person.
If
I don't
you
know what the
think
name
you're a bad person.
All right.
I'm such a bad wife.
Do you want to go first, Laura?
I'll go first. I have no fucking clue. Like, legit.
I have no clue. I thought you were going to say something. She's like, I'll go first.
Oh.
I don't know.
He says, I don't fucking know.
I don't watch movies. I don't even know, like, actors' names. I don't know movies' names.
Oh, no.
Like, when people talk to me about, like, movies or they're, like, talking about a show, I'm just like, what? Like, what are you guys talking about?
It's so damn hard to watch a movie with her.
Oh,
just because she don't even give it a chance.
Laura, there's some good ones out there.
My favorite movie, by the way, is A Knight's Tale.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Ledger.
That's a good
Ledger.
movie. It's a very good movie.
I just would have never remembered that name. I could remember the thing. We have it at home. No?
So then did you not put nothing since she doesn't like any movies?
Well, I put Bridesmaids just because I know that she likes that movie. I don't know if it's her favorite.
I like
but
that
she,
movie. It's funny.
she definitely
I like
don't
funny
like
movies.
movies.
That's all right. That's
I just can't sit there. Like
Yeah.
literally today, I was at home all day. Asked me if I turned on the TV. I tried to put on Netflix, but I was like, what am I gonna watch? Like
I could sit in front of that shit all day.
yeah.
It's like rare when
I like
I'm in the mood.
murder series shows.
Yeah.
type
Law and
stuff.
Order. It's my favorite.
I just
It's our
watched-
favorite show.
I just watched the
SVU.
previews,
Yeah,
guys.
SVU. I don't know the name of it. It's like a horse racing movie. It's an old movie. It's a comedy. What is
It's
it
called Let It Ride.
Let It Ride. That's his favorite. Is it your favorite movie?
That's for
Yeah.
sure. I put
Don't like that movie.
I
It's
put
kind
Step
of
Brothers.
annoying.
Step Brothers is her favorite movie.
No, it's not.
It's not?
No.
He's like, "Yes,
It's my
that's what it
favorite
is."
comedy. I love Step Brothers. Like, I do love that movie. Pulp Fiction, hands down, is
Oh,
my
yeah.
favorite movie.
Fuck me.
I love Quentin Tarantino.
Fuck me.
So any Quentin Tarantino movie, I love.
Have you guys seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
I was about
Laura,
to ask.
no, it hasn't.
Fuck, never mind. Forgot.
I was
you?
about to ask. No, I wanted to watch
Oh,
it.
it was
But
fucking good.
Have you seen the new Joker?
No.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh wait. Oh,
Good.
the Oscars should be on tomorrow.
Oh yeah, The
Or
Joker is good. It's very,
You haven't watched it either.
it's very sad and real, but it's good.
what's the last
It's
movie we
intense.
went and watched?
I don't
Like-
remember.
We don't go to the movies a lot either, though. We just wait till they come out.
What's the last
we
movie?
got a
we-
fire,
stick
now,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last movie you watched.
But no, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood's good.
Yeah, it's really good. You
It's
guys
really
gotta
good.
watch it.
It's
for
Quentin
sure.
Tarantino, so
I would love it. I think.
you would. It's good. You might actually like it, Laura. It's good.
Oh no, we watched John Wick.
Oh, I like John Wick.
Oh,
yeah.
we love John Wicks too.
I like action movies,
Nice.
but I wouldn't say like, oh, those are my favorite.
He likes
movies.
comedies more too. I like more like drama, action, thriller type stuff.
Yeah,
I like.
I like
comedies.
psychological thrillers too.
for
I
sure.
don't like those.
No, I do.
You know what? What was that movie that we watched? I hated it.
All of them.
He
No,
laughs. Which
you
one?
don't say.
No, the one that we
You
watched.
don't
We
say.
watched, Lily and Derek's house.
Which one?
That one that made me feel all weird.
Get Out.
Get Out.
Made you feel all weird?
I hated that.
Get Out.
It
We
made me
like that
feel
one.
like
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That movie is crazy though.
it made me
nuts.
feel so weird, like for 2 hours afterwards.
You stop hanging out with white people after
I was
that.
just like,
Get Out is pretty much Kanye's story.
Yeah,
Like I
pretty
guarantee
much.
it's Kanye
Kanye
and the
life.
Kardashians. He's the only one that's made it. He's the only one that's lasted. But the Kardashians is Kanye. Something
Yeah,
up
for
with
sure.
that. Let's get
Poor
close.
dude.
Yeah, poor dude.
Let's Get Out for sure
That's
with him.
funny.
With the little cut.
don't recommend.
That's Kris Jenner.
Don't recommend.
Yeah, no, that's a good movie.
I
Though.
like
That's funny.
movies that make me feel good, or if I'm gonna watch something, I guess I kind of get like submerged into the movie when I do watch it.
That's good.
So it better be like funny or like make me feel good afterward, or else.
I couldn't imagine what
Can't
makes
do it.
you fucking happy.
We're gonna find you. We're gonna find you a movie, Laura.
He's like, I'm still trying.
No, Hugo. Yes. We're
That's
gonna
funny.
find you a movie.
Me sometimes.
All right.
Sometimes.
I get it.
But,
Well,
but
thank you guys for being our guests and for playing this fun game. I actually really
Yeah.
liked it. It was
It
fun.
was fun.
Yeah, it was
Like I said, it's kind of a couples edition anyway of the business. So perfect timing for Valentine's Day. So like we said, thank you guys so much. We truly appreciate you guys being here and sharing your stories and hopefully inspiring others, because I know that you guys are doing a lot and you're doing an amazing job. And like always, we'll link everything to Together We Roam down below on our YouTube channel, on our Instagram, because you guys got to follow them, check out their website, and hopefully they'll have like their new and improved website soon.
For sure.
But their website is awesome. Their blogs are like incredible, even if you're not getting married or whatever you already did. Like they really are like informational and they're really cool. I enjoy them a lot.
right.
So.
Anytime I see anybody on Facebook or anybody talking about fucking doing photography, I've already thrown like 100 people on your guys' website. So.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
So Together
100%.
We Roam, for everyone listening. They're obviously awesome people, and they do an amazing job. Their photos are like incredible. If you want to check them out, we're lucky that we live in Colorado because they have tons of beautiful scenery to choose from. But they do an amazing job anyway. So.
Right. Yeah. Thank you guys for doing this. It's given me a lot of inspiration and just somebody that we could relate to. It means a lot to us, more than you guys know. So we appreciate that, and just sharing different ideas and sharing some similar things.
Yeah,
that
and
we
it's
go
nice to
through.
be able to like get it off our chests, like how we
Yeah,
both
same.
feel, and be like, oh my god, me too. Even in like the couple cents and like things
Yeah.
you do and he does, and
Right. Knowing
like,
that I'm not the only guy.
yeah,
out
and
there
I'm like,
getting
I'm not the
sweated.
only one.
Yeah, same.
Now me and Cassandra could go shopping.
I know. Shit.
We'll go shopping,
New shopping buddy.
and we'll try to work on Laura watching movies.
Right.
Yeah, we have a lot to work on. Right
We
now.
got to do a Fear Factor edition down the road.
Oh fuck that.
You really should. That'd be fun. We could like collab with the Dream Fantasy podcast. That would be
Yeah.
fun.
That would be fun. It's just
Do like a
yeah.
Fear Factor
Yeah.
edition.
That'd
That would
be
be
tight.
so fun.
We need more mics. Tell Derek.
Yeah,
to
we
bring
could do
his
it like
shit.
outside
Yeah.
or something, maybe when the weather's nice. That
Yeah,
would be
that'd be
fun.
cool.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah,
And
so-
it would be like Together We Roam outside, and then like
Oh.
slash
Dun, dun,
podcast,
dun.
Fear Factor.
We'll do it on
That
top
would
of
be
something scary.
Oh, see, I would die.
on a cliff.
Yeah, we'll do it on a cliff or something. It'll be
Right.
cool. We'll have to like hike to get there, but it'll be
Yeah.
Yeah, Laura will want to
out.
hike.
I'm
He
out.
hates hiking.
I'm already out of it.
You'll be fine. That'll be
Yes.
part of your challenge.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yep.
That's part of the challenge.
Yeah, maybe we could go hiking with you guys this summer.
Yeah,
Since
do
that's
it.
what I want to do.
Yeah, we'll see.
He hates
Got
hiking.
signed
We'll
up.
see.
It'll be
We'll
nothing
do like
crazy.
something very short
Sure.
and not like
Sure.
14
He's
miles.
like,
Um,
sure.
You hate movies. I fucking
like,
hate
"What?"
hiking. So we'll see.
It's dope. You get to
It'll
like
unstress
just
you,
talk.
like for real.
Yeah.
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 I think
we'll
he's just never given it a chance.
And you know what? Yeah.
Yeah.
When we have hammocks and we like find this really cool spot and we just chill.
Sick.
We just sit there and chill.
Eat snacks.
It's dope.
That's pretty cool. We'll see.
We'll see.
We're kind of busy during that time. If not, I'll make sure that we're busy.
Okay.
But yeah, anyway, guys, thank you so much for taking the time.
you,
The weather
guys.
fucking sucks.
Yeah.
I don't know how
Drive
any of us
safe.
are getting home, but thank you guys
We're
for
spending the night.
all right, we're gonna spend the
That's
night
what's
here.
happening here.
So thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Hardcore Strong. It's a beautiful day to be alive, guys. So thank you guys so much.
Yeah, thank you guys.
And
Thank you guys for having us.
much love. Thank
Much
you guys.
love. Peace
Bye.
out, guys. Stay hardcore strong.
Peace.
Peace.